You are listening to the VCast.
Oh yeah, what is up everybody? Welcome back to the VCast. It's a Vic solo episode. I am all alone, just like in my life. And surprisingly, just how I like it right now. I'm very, very comfortable. So welcome back to another episode. It's been a while since I've recorded, had a bunch of stuff going on, but all good. We're going to dive into all that stuff. I'm just happy to be here right now. We got the Dojo of Comedy, open mic comedy kumite going on. There was a lot of words I just threw at you, so I'm going to repeat that. The Dojo of Comedy, open mic comedy kumite. I almost didn't remember any of it. The Dojo of Comedy, open mic comedy kumite. It is a tournament to the death for a paid spot here at the Dojo of Comedy. Very proud that people want to perform here. Obviously, comics want to perform here. Even more proud that people are coming to the shows, which has been really cool, watching everything develop from very early stages. Speaking of stages, we got a brand new stage at the Dojo. As I pop open the Celsius that we are not sponsored by, but who gives a shit? Dragon fruit, baby. Strawberry dragon fruit. Keeping me up. Energy plus. I have been on a rampage, ladies and gentlemen, in life. I'm doing so good. I'm fixing this mic because I didn't do this beforehand, but ooh-wee. Yeah, this has been a great start to 2024. I don't even remember the last time I recorded, but I've been completely sober. 2024, no weed, no booze, no nothing. And I've also been doing carnivore straight through. I'm on day 50 today. Today's day 50. Today is a crazy day for me because, like I said, things have been just going really well. I've been really on point with things, and I'm seeing the benefits of it, the results, not only in how I feel, but in how things are unfolding for me in my life. And I am super grateful. So many good things. I don't even know where to begin. But let's start beginning of the year. Leading up to this January, I was just in a bad place. I don't know. I just didn't feel good. I was really unhealthy. I was not able to put together any kind of routine as far as physical or spiritual or any of that stuff. I wasn't doing anything for myself. And I really felt empty. I was really depressed a lot. I was depressed for a very long time. And these are all realizations that I'm coming to now with a clear mind. I've been having a lot of dreams too, which have been very I don't know. Sometimes I feel like dreams are like a window to your soul or something. Your subconscious trying to give you messages or something. I don't know, but I've had some dreams that have put a lot of things in perspective. But anyway, yeah, so leading up to this New Year's, I knew somewhere in like middle of December, beginning of December maybe, that I wanted to do something different. I wanted to clean my act up, because when I've seen the greatest prosperity in my life, the greatest time of growth in my life was when I was forced to be sober through drug court. I've talked about it on the podcast many a times. My felony charge and conviction and prison sentence forced me to get clean, no booze, no weed, And it also forced me to do a lot of work on myself, therapy, talk about things. I am notorious for not talking, for not reaching out to people, for not asking for help, for not even just talking about how I'm doing. I'm not talking about like in crisis mode and I need help. I'm talking about like, hey, how's it going? And I'm like, good. And that's all you're going to get out of me. I'm not good at checking in with people. So all those things were just killing me. But I don't know, I dove off the point there. But I had my greatest like growth, my greatest leap forward. The time that I felt the best were in those 5 years. And it wasn't all great. I had some ups and downs, but throughout the whole stuff, I stayed true to myself. And what I was doing was I was making deposits into my own self-esteem. I grew up with very low self-esteem. I grew up thinking that I basically wasn't shit, that I was a nobody. And that comes from me losing my dad at 6 years old and just feeling different from everybody else. I felt, we grew up in suburban neighborhoods. My mom busted her ass to move from the Bronx to live in New Jersey, to live in areas where I didn't have to grow up, in poverty and, things like that. But I was also at the low rung of the pole in these areas. And it made me feel less than everyone else. Not only did I not have the Boss jeans, the Tommy Hilfiger, the Carl Kanai with the plates and things like that. Not only did I didn't have any of those stuff, as hip hop was growing and Diddy was fucking shaking his shit with his Rolex watch, him and Biggie throw your rollies in the sky and waving sides. All that stuff was going on, and I was nowhere near that stuff. So I've already felt less than there. And then not having a dad, sports, if in New Jersey, sports are very big, football, wrestling, and you go to these things. I try out for these sports and I go to be a part of those sports, but I had to go by myself. My mom worked all day. She wasn't bringing me. I didn't get rides nowhere. And this isn't a knock on my mother. My mother busted her ass to give me everything in the world, and I'm eternally grateful. But she was tired, and I relate to that 100%. You come home after a long day's work, you got to drive some fucking snot-nosed kid somewhere and then sit there. I get it. So I don't blame her for that. But in my circumstances, I just felt less than everybody else. So I had this notion in my head that I was undeserving of anything. I was never going to be anything. My dad died when he was 33 years old. I'd be lucky to hit 40. That was like I never had any outlook of a future. I never had plans. I never had goals. I never tried. In school, I always got every single report card. I'd get C's and B's, couple D's and F's where I didn't get along with the teacher and I'd have a bad attitude. I was an underachiever, and everybody always said, you don't live up to your potential. You're a potential. I heard that my whole life. It was very frustrating because I'm like, my whole point was, for what am I trying? For what? Why? What am I going to get? Nothing. So I never tried shit. So fast forward to, that program and everything, and I started making deposits in my self-esteem and my value as a person. I was doing things. They forced me to become a productive member of society. I grew up in drug court. I am eternally grateful for that process. And I started thinking about that a lot today, because today, February 19th, 2024, marks 20 years to the day that I was sentenced. I didn't realize that till like mid-morning today, and it hit me like a fucking uppercut. I was sentenced 20 years ago today. My brother drove me to Hackensack Superior Courthouse, and I got out of the car and he left. He didn't park and come in with me for what? I was going and getting handcuffed and into the county jail to be gone, to become property of the state. So He let me out of the car. But before, I got out of the car, he gave me some tremendous advice. I've said it on here before. I'll say it again. He told me, if you want to beat the system, do everything that they tell you to do. And for some reason, that rang home with me. If you want to beat the system, do everything they tell you to do. And that's exactly what I went in and did. I went in, spent a few weeks in the county waiting for a bed in a facility, got transferred to a facility, and that's it. I did everything they told me, all the groups, all of the one-on-ones, the counseling. I don't know if I'm a drug addict. I don't know if I'm an alcoholic. I identify with a lot of properties of an addict, for sure. The unmanageability, the taking my will back, the forming resentments, things like that. I do, but I also feel like I don't have that. The actual chemical addiction that a lot of people suffer from, and I've seen it, and I don't really relate with it, but I relate with a lot of the behavior. So I didn't feel so different from these people. I didn't make myself to be like I'm not like them, and I didn't look at the ways that I wasn't like them. What I did was I focused on the ways that I was like them. I focused on the behaviors that I could identify in them, that I identified in myself, and that I didn't like. And I was like, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be like this. I don't want to do these things. So, I did the work. And for 5 years, I was in that program for 5 years until, 2009, February 2009. And when I got to that point, February 19th, 2009, 5 years, I immediately started smoking weed. Immediately, the day I was done, I was like, I went to the gym, I went to work, I went to the gym, and the plan was, when I got home, smoking a fatty. And that's what I did. And, I started out little by little, smoking a little here, smoking a little there, and, it just evolved into becoming a major pothead again. But the weed wasn't the problem. The problem is that I wasn't depositing into my self-esteem. I wasn't making more deposits to my self-worth. Now I started making withdrawals. I just started emptying the fucking bank account. You save a lot of money, and you work, you save a lot of money. Then you lose your job, and you have to start dipping in the savings. There's only a certain amount of time that you can dip into the savings before you're broke. That's what I was doing with my emotional bank, my self-worth bank. I was taking out of it. And I came to this realization, a few weeks ago. I had a little minor blow up with the ex-wife, over stupid shit. She's hormonal. She just had a baby. And it really rocked me, but I was able to get a lot of clarity because I'm not fogged, because I'm not using substances to dull my emotions and dull my senses. I was able to, in real time, understand what was happening, and I see what happened. Like now, I got a real grasp for, how I got divorced, how I let that go. Because when my ex-wife met me, I was at my pinnacle. I literally met her the day I got off parole. 2009, February 19th, 2009, to the day. 5 years. That was what I had to do. That's what I owed them, the state. That's what I had to give them. If I didn't get in trouble and I didn't extend my time, I had to give them 5 years and I was done. And that's how I avoided 4 years in prison. So that 2009, the day at the gym, I met the woman that would become my wife, now my ex-wife. And she met me at my pinnacle. I was jacked out of my mind, and I was super self-esteem. I had a good job, everything. I had a car, benefits, beautiful hair, like all the good stuff. And that's when she met me. And then she saw my disintegration, because what happened was like I said, I kept making withdrawals, and then I made a mistake. I chased money instead of integrity. All right. I had a good job, Fortune 500 company. I never forgot the day I got the job at that Fortune 500 company when they put me in a cubicle. My first like office job, I got a job at a Fortune 500 company. My aunt got me in there. They knew about my felony. They knew about my court mandated requirements that I had to do, going to court every Thursday, probation on Mondays, that I had to leave early from work to go to make sure I made it, random drug test Friday, so that if my name got called, I'd have to leave early again. And they knew about it all, and they still hired me based on my aunt's recommendation, and I got in their entry level position. I think I was making like 27 grand or something like that. I don't even think maybe that much. Might have been like 26 or 25, whatever it was. I was just super proud to be in that position. I was so grateful. I had a cubicle. I remember sitting down and sitting in front of this computer and being like, this computer's mine. Like, this is mine to use. I have a phone on my desk. This is nuts. I can hang pictures. I could decorate my desk however I want. I got my own area. Like, every job I've ever worked at before that, telemarketing, other places, I'm always using stations and stuff. Nothing was really yours. Like, this is my space right here. And it just boggled my mind. Never in my life would I saw any of that happening for me. So I was like super grateful. So I had that job and I moved up. I got a few promotions there, and I got to become a supervisor. I won a national, one of our national accounts distributor of the year award. It was just, I was super proud. I had so much self-esteem. I had this job where people that worked there for years longer than I did were asking me questions. I was part of the team when we bought a new company that integrated software. I had to learn all the software that we bought from the other company and then teach all the people in my company how to use it. Like, I just had such a great feeling of self-worth. I was important. I was relied upon. I had status at this place. And then I quit. I left that job to chase money. I left that job to go work in New York City at some fucking scam shop to chase, six figures and all that stuff. And I just got blinded. We had a nice apartment and stuff. And, my ex-wife made more money than me. And I wanted to provide. I really was chasing that provider status. I wanted to be, I wanted to be a big shot, really. And so I left in the hopes of that. Nothing was guaranteed. Again, this is a sales job. And I went to a place where, again, I didn't have a desk. This was like a station, basically. And I chased money and it corrupted me. It corrupted all of the good value I had put in. I abandoned for money. I chased greed, and it left a nasty taste in my soul, it left a nasty feeling in my soul, and I was ashamed, really. Like I went along with it, and I had fun. I made. I didn't make any of the money that I left there to make. I was making a little bit more, maybe 10 grand more than I was making at the other place, working hella more hours. And, it was fun working in the city, 60th floor of the Empire State Building, all that stuff. And, but all that stuff went away. The FTC raided them, closed everything down, and I was out without a job, right? Now I'm out without a job, and I feel the same way I felt before I got sentenced, like a nobody, like a piece of crap. Why? Because nobody else was going to give me the same opportunity that I had, right? No big companies are gonna. I got a job with Xerox. I applied after I got laid off from the job that got raided by the FTC. I got a job at Xerox. They hired me. I nailed that interview. Beautiful. It was another entry level job. I was ready to eat crow, make 30 grand a year, and they hired me, and then they sent me like the welcome package and all that stuff. They gave me a start date, and then they called me like a few days later. Were like, "Hey, listen, we gotta rescind our offer. You lied on your application." And I was like, "What do you mean I lied on my application?" They're like, "You said that you said that you didn't commit a felony, and your background check came back that you did commit a felony." But I didn't lie on the application. The application said if I had committed a felony within the last 7 years, and at that time it was 8 years. So I told the truth. No, I have not committed a felony within the last 7 years. It was 8 years. And I told her that, and she was like, "It doesn't matter. They don't care. We don't care, whatever." And I didn't get the job. Xerox canned me, and I felt, again, low. Just totally destroyed. And I just smoked more, and I just covered my feelings with weed, and life just passed me by to the point where my ex-wife checked out because I was already checked out. I take responsibility for how things went because I'm the one that changed. You know what I mean? So whatever, things happened after that, I own accountability that it was my fault. So things, I didn't realize how depressed I was. I didn't realize how depressed I was for a long time afterwards until my cousin's boyfriend, who was very close to our family, my goddaughter's father, till he killed himself. And when he killed himself, I never saw that coming from him. And it made me realize how close I could be to being in that same position. And I was like, I just needed to make a change. I started doing comedy and stuff. That's when I did that. But I was still depressed. I wasn't having anything in my self-worth. Still wasn't making any deposits. And I'd start working out again and then fall into whatever pit. Start dieting, fall into a pit. And it just kept being like a cycle like that. And this last year, same thing. I just got tired. My weight went all the way up. I'm up in the 260s. I used to be like 265, but fucking jacked. And I'm just 265, 268 and round, and very unhealthy, and it just scared me, right? So now fast forward to recently, and had a blow up with the ex over something stupid, and I got mad at it. And then another thing that I've been feeling so guilty about the whole situation, more so for my daughter, because I felt like just like a terrible dad, like I failed. I just felt like a failure. Again, low self-esteem. I'm a zero. I can't even make this work. My daughter was supposed to grow up with a father and a mother, like I didn't. And here I am. I had to leave the house and all that stuff, and I just had all this stuff weighing on me, like I was such a bad person. Meanwhile, I'm the opposite of that. All the stuff I do and my actions say differently, because I'm there every single day. I pick her up from school every single day. I'm in her life every single day. I'm there. I show up, and I'm a good partner. I'm a good partner to my ex-wife. I do a lot so that it's not all just on her. I'm not selfish. And I didn't see any of that stuff. All I saw was what I wasn't. And I watched this Tony Robbins video, and he was talking about just a random reel on Instagram. and he was talking about how you see what you want to see. If you're looking for it, you're going to see what you want to see to support that. And what I was looking for was evidence to prove how much of a piece of shit I was, and that's all I saw. And it's not the case. And after this little blow up, I just came to this realization about all the things I just said about how I felt and things like that, and it's all a lie. It's all a lie that I was telling myself, that I am, some bad person, and I'm not. I do so much for my family and stuff, and I feel so much different. And the crazy thing is I, starting in last year, when I made the decision to clean up, and it was all about leveling up. I probably talked about this on the podcast before too. It was all about leveling up this year. I'm like, I need to level up, and I'm not going to be able to level up if I'm high all the time. I'm just not. I'm spending all my money, all my extra money that I don't have. I'm spending it on weed. And what's it making me do? It's making me use my credit cards more. And then I'm getting more into debt. So I need to level up. I'm living in this studio apartment and I make good money. I could live somewhere better. But I can't because I'm spending all my money on weed. I'm spending all my money on food. I'm making bad decisions. I'm continuously making bad decisions. My life was unmanageable. So I needed to level up. So I was like, you know what? Come January, I'm just going to stop. And I told myself, you know what? I'm going to stop for a whole year. How much can I level up in a year? Right? I do months and months. If I do a month, I feel good. I inch a little bit. I get, I save a little bit of money in a month. I save, I feel better. I clear my mind up. All of a sudden I'm more involved in other people's lives other than just my own. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a whole year. See what happens in a year. How much can I level up in a year? And it's been not even 2 months, 50 days. And I feel phenomenal. I feel it's different than any other time because of how I feel about myself. And my mind is blown. Really, it really is over just this time. And like, part of me doesn't want to go back at all. You know what I mean? Like, part of me wants to just stay like this. Maybe 5 years. Let's do 5 years. Right? Let's do 5 years. Let's do drug court all over again. And then, so I just thought it was like, life has some crazy timing because I decide to do this for 2024, 20 years after I had to do it court mandated. Now here I am doing it on my own. And it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy that I didn't do this sooner, that I didn't see this. But you know what? That's another thing. I could spend so much time in regret. I do that with comedy. Like, I wish I would have started comedy sooner. But you know what? Everything has a time and place for it. The older I get, the more I see it. I just really feel like, whether you call it divine intervention, whether you call it, I'm getting a call here, whether you call it higher power or, whatever. I just feel like things happen for a reason and you don't know what it is at the time. I was giving advice to a friend of mine, having a problem with, making decisions and things. And I'm just like, you know what? Everything happens for a reason. Don't be scared to do things. Do it. And if it doesn't work out, if you fail, don't look at it like you fail. Look at it as an opportunity to find out what happens, because every bad thing that happens has a lesson to teach you. Everything, every bad thing that has happened to me has had a lesson to teach me. I've learned from it. And I feel like when you do that, it's not a failure anymore. If you're learning from something, then it's not a failure, it's a lesson. And you might have a goal of doing something and you try to do it and you fail. But in that process, you're going to learn something, you're going to grow, you're going to put yourself in a position to where you may not want to do that thing anymore, you want to do something else, or you're now in a better position to try again. So you can't give up. And this has turned into Motivational Mondays, isn't it? Motivational Monday. Celsius has me lit up, baby. I've been pumping caffeine, though. I have been, probably should relax on the caffeinies, but it's good. I've just been, everything that I'm doing, everything that I've been working on, all the discipline that I've put into practice this year has really stacked my self-esteem. I feel so much better about myself just by doing things every day that I don't necessarily want to do. I don't want to wake up at 4:30 in the morning to go to the gym. I want to stay in bed 100%. But I know if I get up and do it, it's done. And I feel like fucking He-Man. I feel like I am covered in like a suit of armor. I'm Iron Man. I'm Iron Man when I'm doing the things I'm supposed to be doing for myself. I'm Iron Man. That's my routine every day. I'm waking up at 4:30 no matter what time I go to sleep. I haven't been perfect 50 days straight. I haven't been perfect. I wasn't perfect Saturday. I got up and I just wanted to lay. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to feel guilty about myself. I should have gotten up, but I didn't. And I'm not going to feel guilty about it. Whatever. I'll make up for it on Sunday. And I tried. Another funny story about that. I'll get into that in a minute. But every day I'm waking up at 4:30 in the morning, brushing my teeth, getting dressed, getting in my car, driving to the gym. I'm at the gym by 4:50, 5 o'clock every morning. I get on the bike. In the beginning, I really can't lift. I'm very limited from my injuries in my car accident. When I first started, I was like, I'm not going to rush this. I don't want to get sore and not want to come back. I don't want to hurt myself. I'm not coming back to the gym to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. That'll come down the time. That'll come in time. I'm not trying to be rushing into anything. I just want to be patient and just go. My whole mentality was like, I just want to develop a routine where I'm coming every day. The main things I want to do is the bike, get my blood going, get my blood pumping, get my heart up a little bit. 10 minutes, nothing crazy. 10 minutes, steady pace. Bam, 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 chasing people on the street, that's it. Like when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I loved my bike. I'd just be riding my bike all over the place. So 10 minutes on the bike. Then I just go to some machines, do very light weights, just going through the motions. That's what I started doing. The whole month of January, I just went through the motions. And then, I do weights for about 30 minutes. 30 minutes. And then I go to the sauna. Main deal, sauna. When I get in that sauna, my heart starts racing. I do 20 minutes. My heart's beating the whole time. I know I'm getting cardiovascular benefits from it. I'm doing something I don't want to do. I don't want to stay in there for 20 minutes. And I do that. And then I get out. I got a great sweat. Get dressed. Grab a coffee on the way out. I'm back home by 6:20, 6:30. I take a shower, get out of the shower. Oh, then I'm in the shower. At the end of my shower, cold water. Why? Because I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And it's something difficult to do. And it makes me feel good. As soon as I put that cold water, I'm like, whoa. And I finish it, 30 seconds, 45 seconds in the cold water. I'm just running over my whole body. And something about the way my body reacts to the cold water, like the flexing, my fucking dick disappears. I don't know, it feels healing for some reason. It just feels like my whole body is just constricted and I get nice and tight. Oh. And then I get out and I'm like, woo! Like Ric Flair. I'm fucking Ric Flair. When I get in there, sometimes when I put the cold water on, I do the Ric Flair strut in the shower. Woo! Feels good. And there's just something about doing something you don't want to do. I forgot where I'm getting that from. Anyway, I do that, then I get dressed, and I go to work. And I'm at work by 7 o'clock every morning, and I see people dragging. They're dragging at work. They're dragging. You see people online, fucking Monday suck, Monday. And I just feel energized. I walked into work this morning. Everybody was like, Monday, President's Day. I walked in there fucking James Brown pumping on my phone. Get down. Get down. Get up off your seat. Just fucking energy. And everybody was like, whoa, fucking lighting this place up. But that's how I feel. I feel electric. I don't feel tired. That's also part of the diet. Not eating all this processed shit, all the junk that I was eating, the cookies and the amount of chips and sweet and sugar and bread. All those things are fine. Get a damn paper towel. All those things are fine in moderation. Whatever. Do you? But for me, it just. Hold on one sec. I gotta blowies the nosies. Hopefully I don't have a big old snot bubble sticking out of my nose for the rest of this podcast, but whatever. It just made me feel like shit because I was overeating. I was abusing the snacks. All up in the snacks. Ice cream, everything. Every meal I had to have something sweet afterwards. And I've just been eating meat, been butcher boxing it, eating nice cuts, steaks, and I'm not hungry all the time. I'm not, I've had some cravings recently, but other than that, I haven't been craving any other stuff. I just feel too good, and I wish you could bottle how you feel. Like I wish this could be bottled and sold to people, but it's not that easy. You got to work for it. And I haven't been watching TV. That's another wild shit. Like I'm paying for Hulu for no goddamn reason because I'm not really watching it. I've honestly been watching TV maybe once or twice a week. The rest of the time I'm either reading or on the phone. I do want to write more. I definitely need to write more. Not even just jokes, just writing in general. It's journaling and trying to get all of these thoughts in my head on paper so I can organize them. Maybe I can get some bits out of it, but it's I think it's just good to get like your mind in order. So I definitely need to do that. But other than that, I've been on cloud 9, and I know this isn't permanent. Feeling like this, things happen. Like I said, I had a rough week. Then a friend, Big Nick, died. Rest in peace, Big Nick. That was very upsetting, and we were just talking about he was telling me about I was telling him about the carnivore diet and how it made me feel, and he was like, yeah, I'm all for it. And fucking next week he's dead. And that was rough. The blow up with my ex-wife made me it was really a situation that I normally would have self-destructed. Normally, if I'm faced with some sort of adversity like that, I'd be like, you know what? I'll show you. Watch me hurt myself. Let me show you how I'm going to hurt you by hurting me, which never hurt anybody else but myself. And that was a common behavior, common thing that I used to do, is I would hurt myself to show you whatever. It was just stupid. And I didn't do that this time. I didn't waver. I didn't go eat my feelings. I didn't call my dealer up and say, hey, see you tomorrow. You know? And that helped like harden my resolve. I definitely like I was just so proud of myself for being able to stick to my guns. And been going to parties, lots of food around, and nothing. I have like this secret. I have this secret that when I see other people eating shit or other people that are trying to diet falling off, in my mind, I'm like, I'm better than you. I'm so much better than you. Look at you. Look at you with that mozzarella cheese, pizza sauce all over your face. Look at you. I'm better than you. That's what I say in my head. I'm really not better than you, but I feel it's like just super self-esteem. And I don't want to change. I don't want to change. I like it. I like myself like this. I am my best self right now. At this moment, my best self. I'm taking chances. I've been offered to produce shows here at the dojo since I started here, and I always said no. I say no to so many opportunities, and I'm starting to think now I used to do that because I didn't have any ambition. I didn't have any ambition to do anything because I had no self-worth. What am I going to do when I don't believe in myself? How am I going to let, myself take any chances? I'm not. But now, produced my first show here at the dojo, Door Guy and Friends. It was a wonderful show. Had so much fun back February 9th. Coming back March 21st. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I just want to take chances. I got offered a position at work. An opportunity for a position. I didn't get the job. I didn't get the position. But it was offered to me once a few years ago, and I turned it down. Partly because of the place I was in with my daughter and wanting to be there for her and be involved and not wanting to rock my schedule, but also because I didn't believe in myself and the opportunity. But now it's different. Now I'm like, you know what? I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? I want to go after it. I want to go after everything. I don't want to shy away from shit no more, because I want the world and everything in it, man. I want what's coming to me. My weak Scarface. But it's a new day. It's a new day. And so Sunday I went to the gym. Sunday I wanted to go to the gym because Saturday I slipped, right? So I was like, I'm going to make it up Sunday. I'm going to go to the gym. But my gym closes at 6. So I'm like, let me go to this other gym. Same brand. Let me go to this other gym. It's 24 hours. So Sunday, when I drop my daughter off, I'm going to the other gym. And I'm going to get my workout in. And I felt good. Like I felt ready to go. My daughter's like, Daddy, why are you wearing shorts? I'm like, I'm going to the gym. She's like, good job. Seeing her proud of me is dope. Seeing me get back to form, and she's proud of me. And I'm like, this feels good. So anyway, I go to the gym, and when I pulled in, I see all these people leaving and stuff. I didn't think nothing of it. I go in, it's pretty dead, thinking maybe this is why the other gym closes at 6, because this gym's pretty dead. And I get on my bike and I'm exercising, and another guy comes, he grabs his stuff, he leaves, and I'm on my bike, and then I get off the bike, go to get to the first machine, and I get to the first machine, put my stuff down, and the lights go out. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Lights go out, then they come back on. So I thought maybe there was like a power surge or something. So I go to the bathroom. I leave I'm in the bathroom pissing, and the lights go off again. This time they stay off. I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I turn the volume off on my headphones because I don't want to get jacked. All right. If you're in the dark, don't listen to music so nobody sneaks up on you. And put my flashlight on. I start walking around it. Fucking gym closed. They closed the gym. I Googled the gym, and it says on Google Places or whatever the Google listing is, and it says closes. It says 24 hours, right? So I'm like, oh, what the hell's going on? I thought somebody was playing a trick on me or something. Somebody was trying to kidnap me. I don't know. I start walking around looking for light switches. I'm turning on lights. So I start doing sets. I just keep working out. And then I'm like, something's off. So I start DMing Golds. I start DMing them their Instagram account. And I'm like, hey, somebody, did everybody leave? The lights are out. Nobody's here. And they responded back, yeah, we close at 6. I send them a screenshot of the website. I mean, the Google thing, it says 24 hours. But then I looked at their website, and I guess they updated it that they do close at 6. And I was just in there solo. I was like, I'm not staying here. I got felonies. If the cops show up, I'm not I'm not going to be answering questions. So I got the heck out of there. And they were like, then they DM me again. And they're like, hey, did you enjoy your workout? I'm like, hell no, I didn't enjoy my workout. Felt like I was in a damn horror movie. Fucking lights are out. It's so quiet. It's so eerie. Looking back, I probably should have stayed. That's the criminal mind, though. I'm programmed to feel guilty. When any time somebody loses something, like at my normal gym, like a week ago, and there was this guy, and he just was looking around for stuff. He was just looking around for something. I'm seeing him, and I'm at my machine, and I see him. He just keeps walking. He's looking. He obviously lost something. And in my mind, I'm like, this guy's going to think I stole it. I didn't. I haven't stole something from somebody in decades. But here I am feeling guilty, like this guy's gonna think I stole something from him. And I don't know. I'm always, anytime somebody's looking for something, somebody lost something, I always feel like they're gonna think I stole it. They're gonna think I took it. I'm a thief, and I didn't do it. So everything's gravy, baby. I'm very excited. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. I'm going to wrap this baby up because I'm out of stuff to talk about by myself. Make sure to follow the Dojo of Comedy at Dojo of Comedy on Instagram. Follow me, Dojo Door Guy. Vic is funny. Follow the Vcast on Instagram, please. All of your support is appreciated. Definitely. Come out to my show March 21st here at the Dojo of Comedy, Door Guy and Friends. It is not the same as every other show, just because it's not. I'm trying to make things different. I'm trying to bring comics here that don't perform here at the dojo, and I know they should, but they don't get opportunities for whatever reason. A lot of the bookings here is done based on the headliner and things like that, but this is what I want. I want to showcase shows so I can showcase the comics I know that are really funny, that need to be seen, and we're getting more exposure here, and I want to share that. I want to share that with people. I also want my own time. It's my show, so I get to do what I want. And last show I did a goddamn WWE entrance. That's how much leeway I get, and and it's really awesome. I want to find different ways to promote the show too. I need to do some crazy stuff. What I got to do? Dance in my underwear, like Bert Kreischer to promote a show. I don't know. I got to think of some funny things, creative, to promote the show, make some videos or something, so we can get some more eyes here at the dojo and on us here. This has been a real blessing working here too. I'm so grateful. I'm getting a lot of people that recognize me. I'm a household name here at the Dojo of Comedy. Okay, not trying to toot my own horn, but toot toot, baby, toot toot. People recognizing me and things like that, asking about if I'm going to be on the show and stuff, and it's humbling. I really appreciate all the support I get from people, and give me more, please. I need it. So come on to the show. Also, make sure you support the sponsors of the podcast. All right, we got njnypooltableservice.com or njnypooltableservice.com, the A-team. If you're moving a pool table, if you're relocating a pool table, you're doing the floor in your house, you're moving things around, and you got a pool table in the way that you've been doing laundry on for years, call the A-team. Make sure you get professionals to disassemble the table and put it in storage for you. Or if you're going to sell the table, if you're moving and you need to move the table, call the A-team. Go on the website, njnypooltableservice.com. Reach out to them because you need professionals to do it. And I'm telling you the truth, there's nobody better doing it than the A-team. All right, you're going to get professional kids, professional hoodlums. No, I'm kidding. You're going to get professionals that come to your house that are, generational in this business. They know what they're doing. They're going to take care of your stuff. They're going to give you the best prices for the best work. All right, you want to go pay cheap, you're going to get cheap. These guys give you great prices because they can. All right, they're very busy. You need a brand new table, call them too. All right, NJNY Pool Table Service, Pool Table Moving Service, Pool Table Repair. You need a new cloth, boom, they'll change it for you. All right, the rubber's not bouncing good. You bounce the ball and it dies on the rubber, call the A-team. All right, you bought a pool table online and it arrived and you don't know how to put it together, call the A-team. All right, you need to get a pool table out of your house. You just bought a house. There's a pool table in there. You don't want it anymore. Call the A-team. All right, they are certified dealers of championship cloth. You're going to get quality work. All right, call the A-team, 201-538-5428, njnypooltableservice.com. And, of course, Combat Fitness Club in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey, 186 Main Street, Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. That's where the studio is. That's where the gym is. That is where the bones hit the bags, baby. Combat Fitness Club, owned by Dane Guerrero. He's a professional boxer, and he is training people to stick up for themselves, all right? If your kid's in school and they're getting bullied, or if your kid's in school and not doing well, if your kid's in school and he's not sociable, maybe he's a little bit anxious, put him in boxing. I'm telling you, it changes them. I've seen it happen with my daughter. My daughter was in school and she wasn't getting bullied, all right? But she just, you're just not assertive. You're not standing up for yourself. Put her in boxing. It's not so that they can violently react, but it's so that they know that once they start doing something, once they start training and hitting and letting some of that emotion out, it changes how they behave. I've seen it. So call for yourself. Put your hands up, all right? Stop being such a punk your whole life, all right? You get punked out for parking spots at Target? No more. Stand up for yourself, all right? Spring is coming. Summer's coming. You live in New Jersey. You got to get down to Combat Fitness Club and learn how to throw hands, because if you're going to be at the shore popping shit, you're going to get slapped, and then you're not going to know what to do, all right? Combat Fitness Club. Get your self-esteem up. Get your cardio up. Feel good about yourself. All right? Train with a pro. Call Dane Guerrero, 186 Main Street, Ridgefield Park. They got off-site personal training available as well. They got monthly packages. It's a personal training facility. Lots of equipment. They got a ring set up in there. It's a really dope spot. Definitely go check it out. Hit up the sponsors. You'll be better for it. All right? Trust me. Trust the kid. Again, thank you all for your support. Thank you for listening to the podcast. I'm going to be back on a regular routine. I want to get some guests, get some conversations going. That's what this is. The VCast, real people having real conversations. I like getting to know friends and people that I see on a regular basis. I have good conversations with, but I don't really get to talk in full form. I don't really get to have great conversations with people when you're always in a rush. But to be able to sit down and chop it up with the kids is fun. So, all right, that's it. I've been rambling. Thank you very much. I love you. Mwah.
You're listening to my dad of the V-Cast.